Good afternoon, guys. It is Felicia Banks, your FC Tucker Realtor, and you know what today is. It is the day for Felicia's Favorites on Friday. For those who have not actually tuned in to listen to Felicia's Favorites, what it is basically is my way of kind of giving you some real estate tips and also letting you know that first and foremost, I am your FC Tucker Realtor. So if you are in need of purchasing a home, building a home, selling a home, all of the above, I hope you would give me a call. I can be reached at 317-502-6261 because again, my first priority is being your FC Tucker Realtor, and I would love the opportunity to serve you and your family. So the way I always start off these videos is I talk to you guys first about some real estate tips, and I'm not sure if you are thinking the same thing, but literally we went from summer to winter, but right now I'm going to talk to you about some things that you need to do to get your house ready for winter. And it's basically a newsletter that goes out every single month to the people that I have in my database, and it basically is going to give you some real estate tips. And here is what they are telling us that we need to do to get our house ready for the fall and winter months. Number one, have your furnace inspected and tuned up. All right, make sure that you're getting your furnace taken care of, because the last thing you want to do is keep ignoring that and not have those regular maintenance and service appointments. You kind of miss doing that, and before you know it, something major is going on with it. So it's better to be proactive, you guys, and make sure you're taking care of that and staying on top of it. Number two, clean out the dryer vents. Number three, dust your blinds and your baseboards, especially for those people who have those allergies like myself. It's a good idea to kind of go ahead and do that kind of fall cleaning. And number four, put away your garden hose and outdoor furniture. Now, that's something that we still have to do because we got so wrapped up and so busy with everything else that we have not yet put away our furniture outside on the patio or wrapped up our hoses. So we definitely need to make sure we're getting that taken care of. Number five, clear yard and gardens of dead plants and debris. Okay, I've heard that actually is not very healthy for the actual grass itself. So if you got some leaves that have fallen, or tree branches that have fallen, or any kind of debris that is on your lawn, it is a good idea to get that stuff moved out of the way to take care of your lawn. Number six kind of leads right into it: aerate and overseed your lawn. Number seven, trim dead tree branches. It was just a couple weeks ago that we had to call the HOA in our neighborhood because one of the weeping willow, when we had the really bad windstorm, one of the weeping willows in the back, it just snapped one of the big branches in half. So we had to call them out to get that cleaned up for us. So make sure we're taking care of that. Make sure that number eight, you're cleaning out your gutters and your downspouts. Number nine, inspect and clean your chimney and your fireplace. Get ready for those beautiful, warm fireplaces, or fires in the fireplace. And number 10, inspect your roof for any damage that has occurred over the summer months. All right. Again, I send out this email. It is a newsletter that goes out once monthly, and it's basically called the Market Watch. So make sure that you're checking your email to get really, really good tips like that to help take care of your home investment. All right. So that having been said, I'm not sure if I have told very many people, but I am actually on day 30 of my 30-day challenge. I gave myself a 30-day challenge to cut back on my carbs. I've been traveling and it's been such a blessing, but I tell you what, my waistline is definitely paying for it. I ate like I had lost my everlasting mind over the summer, between Jamaica and Punta Cana and going to Europe and all of that. I ate crazy, and the scale definitely reflected that. And when the scale is tipping in the wrong direction, it hurts my back because I do have issues with my back. The thing that really works for me is when I cut back on the carbs. So I cut back on all the pastas and the breads and the sweets and all of that, and I feel so much better after my 30-day challenge. Now I'm getting ready to challenge myself to do consistent walking every single day. I'm gonna get my 10,000 steps in every single day, so I'm gonna start that challenge on Monday. But having that been said, trying to cut back on my carbs, of course, I can eat my proteins. And one of my favorite proteins in the entire world is a ribeye steak. I love me a ribeye steak. And so I stopped out here. I'm at, let me put this down real quick. I am currently at out by Keystone at the Crossing. It's called the Fashion Mall Commonplace, 8824 Union Chapel Road. And I'm at Omaha Steakhouse. I'm sure you guys have actually heard of Omaha Steakhouse. And I, again, will tell you that I love a ribeye. And I often will go to maybe like a Sam's Club, or I will go to Kroger or wherever to get my ribeyes. And I just learned here today that when you go to the stores like that to get your ribeyes or any kind of steak for all that matters, they are only aging the steak anywhere from 2 to 3 days, okay? Because they've got a lot of people coming in, a lot of high turnovers. They're cranking those out and they're selling them, and they're only on the shelf, or they're aging them about 2 to 3 days. What I learned from Omaha Steakhouse today is that a really good steak needs to be aged anywhere from 21 up to 28 days. And Omaha Steaks, so they pride themselves in actually doing that. They age all of their steaks 21 to 28 days. And I thought that was really interesting because I had never heard that before. And then it says the thing that people love about a steak, according to them, they said that a real steak lover is going to want a ribeye steak, and it's all about that marbling. We know about that marbling. It's those little ribbons of fat that's in between the actual meat. And as it's actually cooking, it kind of releases those juices and kind of gives it that really tender, buttery taste to it. And I just love that. So they said that's one of the reasons why the ribeye is one of the most popular, if not in fact the most popular, probably right there with the filet mignon. So I absolutely love that. And then also good marbling actually adds a good flavor to the steak. And then the cut of the actual ribeye. It gets its name. The ribeye steak actually gets its name because it's actually the eye of the rib of the cow. So it's the eye of the rib of the cow. Again, did not know that. Guys, thank you so much for looking in, tuning in. Hey, Anthony and Quincy and Mary and everybody else, I thank you so much. So yeah, I'm out here talking to you guys about my favorite on Friday. And I'm at Omaha Steakhouse because I love me a good ribeye steak. And right now, ribeye steak is right on my diet plan, my 30-day challenge that I've given myself, because it is a wonderful source of protein. Now, here's something else that I was very surprised about, and that is when I go to the other stores to get my steaks, again, they're only aging them 2 to 3 days, where Omaha is telling us they should be aged anywhere from 21 to 28 days. Something else that they said was the price point. I never really came here before to get my steaks because I thought they were a little bit too expensive, but they're really not. They had a box of 4 flash frozen, and I'll explain that a little bit later, flash frozen steaks. There was a box of 4 7-ounce steaks, and it was only $69. Now, when I look at that and I compare it to the other prices, I was normally paying anywhere from $21 to $23 per steak. So actually, it's a little bit less expensive here at Omaha. Now, that flash freezing that I was telling you about, the guy, he actually gave me the sheet of information because he was not able to actually talk to me today because I'm really busy, I guess, getting ready for the holidays. But he said the flash freezing, a lot of times people think that it's not as fresh if you have frozen it. But he's saying the flash freezing is at such a low temperature on the freezing process that it actually is taking all the nutrients and all of the flavor and everything and freezing it in to the actual cut of meat itself, so that when you actually are cooking the steak, then those juices and those flavors all get released and you're actually losing none of the nutrients, none of the proteins or anything like that. So he said that it is a good process that if you're buying a steak, make sure that it has been flash frozen. All right, who knew? Did you guys know? Because I didn't know that. All right, so here are the tips again. Make sure that if you are a steak lover, try out the ribeye if you haven't tried it out, and come out to Omaha Steakhouse. It is 8824 Union Chapel Road. I'm right across from the Fashion Mall inside the strip that's called Fashion Mall Commons, where the Kohl's is. All right, if that kind of gives you a landmark. But again, that is Felicia's Favorites on Friday. But first and foremost, you know who I am. Hey, Martha. You know who I am. I am Felicia Banks, your FC Tucker Realtor. So if you are in need of a house, or if you just want me to come out and give you an assessment on what's going on in your neighborhood, I would love to come out and serve you and your family. Cost you absolutely nothing, but it is a good idea to know what's going on with your investment. So give me a call, 317-502-6261, or shoot me an email at felicia.banks@talktotucker.com. You guys have a fantastic holiday season with your family. If you are traveling, please be sure to have safe travels. Be sure to be thankful because we have so much to be thankful for, as I am thankful for you and the opportunity to serve you and your family. Guys, have a great weekend, and I will be talking to you real soon. See ya.